September MPCA meeting.
Didn't have my name on
I want to get started here. Before I get started, I don't want to forget this. I had a resident just bring this to my attention. And so many of you who volunteer here do such a great job for us. We appreciate all of your time and effort. It's a lot of work that you do for us, and it's helpful to us. One person who I mentioned last month for a little bit, his name's Chuck. Everyone knows Chuck over here. But I wanted you all to know that on October 5th, so 5 days away from today, it is Chuck's birthday. So I just wanted to say that. Chuck, you're 6'5", you can't hide. All right, so let's get started. All right, let's start with the committee updates, building and grounds.
Thank you, Dave, or Wayne, and good morning, all. So I am John Houghton, and I'm a member of the Building and Grounds Committee. Louder.
Perfect. Thank you.
There? Okay. So I'm John Houghton, and I'm a member of the Building and Grounds Committee, and I'm substituting for Roy Scott today because I think, as most of us know, he had a fall, been in the hospital. I understand that he's back home now and doing well, but he decided to camp in today and asked if I wouldn't do it. So I'll do my best to replace that. My report this morning really covers only 6 items that I thought would be of most interest to you. And first, the major items on the fall landscaping issue. Phase 1 of the pruning and weeding will be ongoing until October, late October, maybe early November, depending on the weather. Special attention has been given for enhancing the overall landscape. That has been our goal. How do we improve the look of Mason Pointe? How do we continue to engage with that? How do we make it a most livable place and enjoyment for our residents? And specifically with the landscaping and also with the visibility of the LSS sign, particularly at entrance 1. We had the bushes trimmed there, and feedback says that was a good move. Phase 2 will be started in the spring then of 2025, and what many have asked is that the site work being prepared at that time will not interfere with access to the existing walkway bench or the walking path. And that's the one that ends out on exit 3 on the thing. And I know a lot of people use that, so we're proud to say we're not going to shift that away. You can still use that all the time for the coming. So I went to the sauna that we've talked about, kind of ad infinitum, I think, is installed and in operation. And I understand that's to be the charge of Beth for taking care of it. But I know Wade is going to talk about that and address things of liability, etc. So we'll move on to the window cleaning. The deck and patio washing has been completed, and the search is underway for a new contractor to complete the windows and cleaning. And I'm talking to Dale this morning, and I think that has already been accomplished. They're going to look at all fish, and I don't know whether Dale's going to meet that or Wayne's going to talk about that. So I'm not going to say, but they seem to have a good reputation and passed Semester 1. So, what we've had request to be addressed is that the residents will be notified of the dates and times when window washing would occur. I know that was issue on the past, and so we hope that we made the request that the residents will be notified. The silverfish issue, monitoring effectiveness continues to be tracked on that, just to make sure we're doing okay. Pure Pest Company checks at the independent living concierge desk every Monday morning to monitor the status of insect control. There's a log book there that Michelle keeps. So if you want to schedule appointment for have your apartment treated again, go down and get on the log book with Michelle. But fortunately, the reports coming back on the silverfish have been minimal, really. So we're at least headed in the right direction. On the curb markers that you see on the entrance way for 1, those are the solar light markers which were installed at entrance 1. We talked about those before as a test to help make the entrance more visible to drivers, particularly at night. And that's still ongoing. In addition to those, though, recommendations were made to establish a second test entrance at number 2. And from there, then, we'll look to see what is the best fit, whether both or not, but they're both in test mode right now. So, and my last one is our search to continue to keep residents safe. And so we're looking at the safety hazard, particularly of the raised concrete walkways. And as I understand it, contractors and bids are being considered for replacing or repairing the areas around Mason Pointe campus where there's been raised concrete on or disalignment of the concrete pads, and those will either be shaved off or replaced. And also look for the expanding cracks between pavement parts. And the real concern is there for those with walkers that the wheels get locked in those and the person tips over then and falls, and that's just not acceptable. So as always, again, I'll repeat, resident safety is always top of mind on the thing. So that's about it. I thought these would be the points you would be most interested in. I know Wade's going to mention a little bit more about the sauna, etc. So, and I'm going to pass on the questions. Those should be addressed to Royce when he returns. So thank you for your attention. Hope it's been useful.
All right, employee appreciation.
I've been asked to give the update for the committee, probably because there's a few little technical details. But the first most important thing is that I've been asked to report to you a very large, hearty thank you, appreciation from all of the staff for last Wednesday when they went apple picking. I'm sure many of you are still going, what on the earth are you talking about? Well, the employees were kind of the same way that morning. On Wednesday morning, well, all through September, they had been receiving and seeing a flyer like this that was inviting them to come from 7 in the morning till 11 to an apple picking. And we said there would be apple items there for them to pick. So Lifestyle Enrichment did a great job of setting up your Taco Tuesday tables. We used those, covered them up with beautiful fall decorations, and then began to set all up and down that table all of these different apple snack items. We ended up with, I think, somewhere between 10 and 12 different items. So what happened is, as the staff came, everybody was given their little bag so they could go apple picking. It also says, MP residents applaud, APPLELAUDE, applaud your great work. So they took their bag and they were instructed to go down the tables and to pick up their favorite 4 or 5 items and fill their bag. At the end of the table, they could choose between 2 different pastry items, either a nice big piece of apple pie or an apple turnover. And then the Renoco truck was out front for them to get a coffee to go with their pastry. They had a blast. To make sure that everyone was served, that's why we started at 7, so the night shift was actually first instead of being last. They got to be first. Then as the staff came in for the day shift, everyone that's here also went apple picking. The only shift that we were not able to have the table set up was the 3 to 11. And so we made sure that we still had plenty of items for them as far as the apple pie and the turnovers. And then we also made bags for each of them. Amy Knupp, who is in HR, who we did this in coordination with, she also made several bags so that if there was anyone that wasn't here that day and didn't get to participate and came by, that she had a bag for them. The reason I take a few minutes to explain that is sometimes I want to help you understand how your generosity affects the staff here. That was silly. That was simple. That cost us around $700 to make everyone very happy. They're still talking about apple picking. So thank you very, very much. I want you to know how much that means to the staff. So the next item is moving forward. We have a couple of things in November. I know we're doing a couple of appreciation items kind of here back to back, but it's that appreciation time of year. As the committee moves into next year, they want to sort of spread that out and do something 3 or 4 different times throughout the year. These things don't have to be expensive. They simply have to show appreciation, and that's what we're working on. So in November, the Monday before Thanksgiving, you are providing to every staff member a pie to take home for Thanksgiving. Yes, we are very much family-oriented also. The other thing that we're doing, which the staff know and they're very, very excited, is that you are providing everyone on the Friday after Thanksgiving a Christmas t-shirt that they will be allowed to wear every Friday through the end of the year. It has been designed by the committee. It has a Christmas tree. It has some lights on it that basically your message to the staff is you light up our lives. I know, aw, right? They are very excited. Yes, t-shirts are a big deal to the staff. So I just want you to know those are things we're working on, and we already have those in place. Also, starting tomorrow, and we do have some today if you want to go ahead and pick it up, it is time for the Christmas thank you. I know you're thinking it's the 1st of October, but we have to have this in order to have it ready for the staff to receive their financial thank you gift at the Christmas party. We have to have all of this taken care of by the day before Thanksgiving. So you will see them around throughout the community once again for the Christmas thank you financial gift that we give to the staff at Christmas time. And if you have any questions about any of that, don't hesitate to ask. Any questions today? Perfect. But once again, I want to say thank you so much. I know you don't all see all of the staff all of the time. You don't hear all of the things they say, but they absolutely thoroughly enjoyed their apple picking day, and I want to thank you so much for that support.
All right, thank you, Becky. All right, Food Committee.
I don't want to fall, I'm a klutz.
And I didn't need a microphone to say that. Good morning.
Good morning.
I want to express our appreciation to all of you for your reception of the long-awaited menu. I have heard very little negative comments. I've been told that some of the committee have a few, but for the most part, it has been a really great reception. And I really appreciate all of you for your patience on the menu. Something I forgot to mention last time was kudo for the men's luncheon. The menu this past month, here was excellent. I had a foodie tell me that the food was superb and there wasn't any quiche or a parfait. So I got that message loud and clear that the men's luncheon didn't want quiche and parfait. So appreciate that. If you haven't been in the market, please go. There are lots of new items in the market. And first of all, we now have butter and milk available, 1% whole milk and lactose-free milk in the market. I know that sometimes people would go to one of the servers or to the chefs and ask for a cup of milk, but now you can buy milk in the market, and so that's where you should get it from now on. There are many new items that will be coming. Soon pizzas will be in the market, individual pizzas, and also pot pies. And now for other things you would like to have in the market, use the comment cards. Please use them and put them in, and they will try to get them. There was some wine, I don't know if it's still available, but there was some wine left over from the wine tasting that was available for sale. I didn't check today to see if it sold. I'm suspicious that it did, probably, but anyway, so sometimes there are things that are left over like that that will be available as well. Southern Comfort in Simone's will last until November the 4th. And so please make your reservation, get your card. The person who signs up can make the adjustment to the number and so on. And I hear the food is great, so please go. I'm going this week, so I haven't been yet. So please take advantage of it. And then there will not be a Simone's special dinner in December. Comment cards. Comment cards can be used for things that need improvement, but also for compliments to the staff. And please let the staff know when you appreciate something. And it doesn't, whether it's dining, whether it's cooking, or whether it's service, please use the comment cards for that. And also for the new items that I just mentioned. Let me know if there's anything else, or are there any other questions or comments? That's all I have today. Thank you.
All right, life enrichment. Yep.
Well, you want to stand up? Make your announcement. Sure.
Just a quick announcement, reminder, you should have received this flyer in your mailbox end of last week. I want to encourage you to come to the open house for ceramics and art. Art is Tuesday from 2 to 4. Ceramics is Thursday from 10 to 12. You'll have a chance to see what other residents have done and are doing, and you'll have a chance to try it yourself if you're interested. So it's a come and go, no commitment required, no skill required. Just come and have a good time. Thanks.
Thank you, Mark. Denise, did you want to make an announcement?
Yes, please. Before we do our report?
Yeah.
Okay, there's two things that I'd like to remind you of. First of all, this weekend, Saturday, is our trip to the winery this fall to see the fall colors, and we're going to the Noblest Winery. We choose to go there. It's not a Hoffman-run winery, it's number one. And number two, you can take your own snacks out there if you choose to, and you can also buy snacks there. There will be music playing, and I think we'll leave around 10:30, and I expect to be back by 3 or so. But next of all, I'd like to talk to you about Missouri Baptist programs. They are going to have Newsies, which was run at the stage this year. It was a very good show. It's going to cost about half price, and less maybe, to go across the street to Missouri Baptist. They're going to run it from the 14th through the 17th, and the 14th, 15th, and 16th will be at 7:30 in the evening. The 17th will be a 2 o'clock Sunday matinee. The way that you get tickets for this is by calling a number, which I have, and I will be glad to give anyone that's interested. The number you call, you leave your name and your number and tell them what you are interested in, and they will call you back from 24 to 48 hours later and reserve it. You may charge your tickets there, and like I said, tickets are usually $10 to $15. Now, too much stuff here. I have this program put out by Missouri Baptist, and I would be glad to give anyone one. I have about 50 of them or so, and that would be interested in doing it. It tells all their programs for the whole season, including the Newsie, of course, too. But there's many other music programs, there's dance programs, there's comedy programs, and since they're right across the street, it's a wonderful opportunity to get someplace close by and very reasonable. Thank you.
Okay, we'll continue with our report. First of all, I see some ladies here with pink on. It's October Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So thank you, ladies. It's coming up. On October 2nd at 3 o'clock, we're going to have Teresa Monteleone on the violin. She has performed over in the Care Center before. She gives lessons, and she will be playing show tunes, okay? That's October 2nd at 3 o'clock. October 7th, we're just highlighting some of these things. There's the art program. October 7th, also the SMEP volunteers will be here, and they're going to help us play with the Wii game. I don't know if all of you remember that, but anyway, we have the miniature horses visit. We had a speaker last week come from the ranch who spoke about the horses. Anyway, they're going to come here, a couple of horses. Right, Nancy?
Yes.
A couple of horses are coming here. So that's their visit. There's a survey, October 15th, with U.S. News. It's an all-community survey. I forgot to mention the horses will be coming in through assisted living entrance, okay? We'll probably get directions on how that'll work, right, Nancy?
Yes.
Okay. October 14th at 1:30, it's the Biggest Little Farm sequel movie. I know you all probably saw, or some of you saw the first one. This is a sequel. October 16th, Emerson History and Genealogy Center presentation. October 25th, Halloween party. Wear your costumes. October 31st is Halloween bingo. And last but not least, please read the newsletter. We stuck those in the mail slots last week. I saw this morning that there's some not picked up. But anyway, pick them up. If you need training or help with your phone, we have a volunteer that comes like 3 times a week. And this week he's coming on Saturday. He will help you. He is a volunteer. So please take advantage. He's on the 2nd floor. So go down to the 2nd floor and get the training. Thank you. Any questions?
At 1 o'clock.
It's at 1 o'clock. Judy, have you attended? Good. 1 o'clock. Thank you.
Thank you, and welcome everyone. As a co-chair along with Mary, I'm delighted to share our report. One of the most exciting things for me on the schedule is that Jerry Chang will be back with us. Those of you who have heard Jerry in the past know what an exciting and outstanding young musician he is. So Monday, October 14th, 4 o'clock, please join us for Jerry Chang. Dan and I first heard him, I mention this always, he was about 10, and it was just amazing, and you'll wait till you hear him now. We are excited again as our co-chair team here to announce that we have Len Campanero returning to speak on leprosy. Thunderbirds on October 21st at 3 o'clock. And Suzuki Violin students from the Webster Community Music School will be here October 26th at 2 o'clock. Various shopping trips have been scheduled for here and there. Mary mentioned the Halloween party, and in the music area, we are so close to, just across the road, Maryville University. Peter Henderson, who is on the faculty and who accepted our invitation 3 years ago to come here to us, is very active there, and there's a program, a free concert on October 20th at 3 o'clock. Did I miss that? It'll be Foray and Leo Marcus music. Also, of particular interest to me is the announcement that Lutheran Senior Services is now partnering with the St. Louis Symphony Orchestra, and I'll be very anxious to learn more about this. I think we all will. Only a couple things. Mary and I, as co-chairs, along with our wonderful staff and our Lifestyle Enrichment Committee team that we formed back in March of 2021, continue to make our lives enriched in many ways. We are well aware that everyone has different tastes and different interests, and our goal is to bring a variety of things to meet the goals of each of you. Please share your ideas with us. And then the last thing I want to say is, like you, I know we all have lots and lots of papers around our house, and I'm really very happy to have the list of activities on a colored sheet. It's an easy one to find, and I invite you to please frequently check your colored sheet, mark on your own calendar, and join us and have a life here at Mason Pointe that is enriched. Thank you.
Okay, that is on the calendar, okay? I don't think we need to mention everything that's on the calendar, but I'll go ahead and mention that. Where there's a trip to Donwegen. It's November the 1st, and it's a trip to his home. Also, this is one where you want to look, because there's some steps in his home, if it's something, that you feel will be manageable for you. And then there's dinner at, yes, at Annie Gunn's.
Who's his?
Okay? Any questions about that?
I missed one.
Who's home? Who's home? I couldn't hear you.
I'm sorry you couldn't hear me. It's Don Wiegand.
Oh, his studio, Mary.
Yeah,
That's
yes.
cool.
He's a very famous sculptor, and he's done beautiful sculptures, including, he's done president sculptures, actually. And he's done sculptures throughout the world, and his studio is out next to Annie Gunn's in Chesterfield Valley.
Thank you, Denise.
And then,
Thank you very much.
I'm not finished yet.
Oh, excuse me.
And he basically will take us through his studio, which he's working on to try to make it more available to everyone, because he was at Chesterfield Mall before they closed it down recently.
Thank you. Nancy reminds me, I forgot one thing that we should mention, and that is on Sunday, October 27th at 2 o'clock here in this room, there will be a Halloween concert with students dressed in costume. It's from Dr. Lee Piano Studio. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Vi.
All right, who is next? Sorry.
Thank you. All right, wellness.
First of all, I want to thank Joyce Forbes for being the voice of the Wellness Committee for the last 3 years. She's still very much a part of the committee, but I will be taking over the voice part. In honor of Joyce, I am pleased to announce a new dog has been moved into the IL community, bringing the total number of dogs to 8. On October 23rd, we will have a wellness speaker, Gayla Mays, Lutheran Senior Service Hospice Bereavement Coordinator at 2 p.m. in the MPR on October 23rd. She'll be speaking about mental health. Meditation with Kathleen, some of you are familiar with it. It has been once a month. It will be moving to 2 times a month, the first and third Mondays at 1 p.m. in the theater.
1:30.
Oh, I'm sorry, 1:30, I'm sorry. Bad eyesight. We have another event that will occur, that's a service, blood pressure assessment. The first instance of it will be on October 9th, a Tuesday, in the fitness room. Kyle from Home Health Services will be the person monitoring it, and each participant who wishes to get one will get a card, and they will bring it back every month, and they will mark for blood pressure, oxygen levels, and heart rates, and you will have a regular schedule of what yours has looked like over time. There will be a drumming class on October 30th at 2 p.m. in the fitness room, and that's a Wednesday. It is not on Uniguest, but it is on Uniguest, but it is not on the activity sheet. October is Cancer Awareness Month. All staff and residents are encouraged to wear pink tomorrow in honor of that. Are there any questions? Are there any questions?
Thank you. All right, let's go to our club updates, Hook and Needle.
This is a show and tell.
We know you like show and tell.
Yes.
We have.
Can you stand up while that stays so we can see you? Yes, we can. What's that? Are you saying we're short?
This is show and tell again. These are potato bags. You bake a potato for 3 minutes. Instructions are on there. They turn out extra fluffy in your microwave. These are, 3-minute baked potato, delicious, fluffy baked potatoes. I think they're $8. I brought a couple things that I think make wonderful housewarming gifts. This first one is for Thanksgiving, and Mary, I'm going to let you hold the microphone.
I'll try. Judy has actually made these.
I even cut them out on the side.
Yeah, she does everything.
Sitting on the table is much easier.
Thank you.
He looks really cute without the napkins in, too.
I never thought I'd be doing this here.
There's a first time for everything. Yeah. Here she goes.
Okay, it's a napkin holder, obviously, but what's really cool about it, after you use the napkins, he's a really cute table decoration turkey, so. And then there's another one, I think we have another painted one in the store too, so he's really cute too, so.
Thank you, Judy. Okay, some of you have probably seen these trivets. We got all different sizes, and they make really nice nice gifts, okay? So come in and check it out. And these are made by an individual who also works in the workshop, okay? Like I said, all different sizes. Now, Judy, you're going to have to hold the mic.
Okay.
I had to bring my pot, because this is another new item.
This is a new item.
Yes.
Ken Dillner, I think, and Dave Garvin are helping make
Yeah, this
these.
is new, and it's like a spatula. You can use it as a spoon. It fits on your pot after you're done stirring. So all that dripping goes right back in the pot. Okay?
How much are they? What are they selling for?
They're $15.
$15.
You know, and
They're shaped.
yes.
That's what's really neat about them. There's a lot of work in making them
Right.
this way.
And just remember, everything we do as far as income in that shop goes to the appreciation for our staff. Any questions?
How much are they?
Which one?
The ones that you just talked about, I couldn't hear.
Oh,
it.
these $15.
15.
Yes. Okay. They're being made. You know, we continue to make them. We do have some in the shop. Okay. Oh, you go ahead. You don't want my spoon?
Okay, here's another, I think, a nice housewarming gift, or maybe somebody said even a wedding gift. It's a 9x13 casserole carrier. The one I copied was actually made from ready-made quilted fabric, so I checked that out. And they wanted $25 a yard to make one. I needed a yard, and so I made my own quilt. So it's only $20. You can buy one of these for $20. So I think that would make a nice housewarming gift. That's all I have.
Okay. That's all we have for now.
Thank
Come
you.
visit us.
All right, library.
All right, we'll move on. Veterans.
Some of you may have seen a message that came out that said our veterans meeting for October the 7th was canceled. Don't believe it. We're going to have it as scheduled, and we'll have the two veterans that were listed before, and those are Ken Stetcher and Warner Bauer. And they'll be talking to us about their background and their service in particular. So the veterans meeting is on for October 7th, which is a week from today, and all Mason Pointe residents are invited. And then in November, we're going to have a get-together on Veterans Day, which is November the 11th, and that's the second Monday in November. And we'll have a speaker, Mark Sudloff. He's the director of the Soldiers Memorial in St. Louis. He will be here to speak, and we will have the choir, or otherwise known as the Senior Super Singers, performing. So November the 11th at 10 o'clock in this room, where we will have a veteran followed, and that meeting will be followed by lunch, and veterans eat free at the lunch, but you will have to register and select the time to go so we don't overwhelm the kitchen. And there will be a sign-up chart for you with the time that you will be eating. So October 7th, we'll have the meeting. November the 11th, we will celebrate Veterans Day. Hope to see all of you there.
All right, thanks, Lynn. All right, welcoming.
This is fun, okay? The new move-ins, I hope you've seen them, I hope you've talked to them, I hope you've welcomed them. Anyway, in July, we had Jim and Jean Bowden. He and Jean are our neighbors. Bev McLaughlin, thank you. Jim and Eileen Fritz, they might not be here this morning. Jim and Marcia Emery. Bruce and Lynn Geiger. And the latest one is Elizabeth Bennett. Okay? Thank you. Please welcome them when you see new faces and let them know this is a great place to be. Thank you.
All right, thanks, Mary. All right, anything from the workshop? Okay. We will move forward. All right, so the first item on the agenda today is a new support option available for all of you and your friends, well, that live here. So I wanted to introduce Claire Rubemeyer. She is a licensed social worker, and she has been working at LSS for 11 years now. And she's going to take you through a small presentation here.
Thank you for having me this morning. If we haven't had the chance to meet, my name's Claire. Like Wade said, I've been with LSS for 11 years, but I've been here at Mason Pointe for 5. And I wanted to introduce a new support option for independent living residents today. Maybe you have been with social work before, if you've had any encounters in our assisted living or in care center or the REACH program. But as a social worker, our goal is to help each individual we work with uphold their psychosocial well-being, their independence, treat them with dignity and respect. I noticed that we're about to celebrate the 4th anniversary of Mason Pointe's independent living, and I'm wondering if anyone is feeling the need to make some changes in their lifestyle from how things were going when you first moved in. So I thought it might be good for you to know that social work is available now to support independent living residents if you find that living in your apartment has become a little bit more challenging and you could benefit from some support. If you're having trouble finding a medical provider or equipment or a medical resource, you could call a social worker. If you find that you've been experiencing changes in your mood, your interest in doing things, or you've been feeling down or depressed, a social worker could be there for you. If you've experienced memory loss or changes in your ability to organize, plan, reason, or solve problems, that might be a reason to reach out to a social worker. I'm probably not going to be for everyone, but I just wanted you to know that you can reach out to me. My contact information is in Uniguest. I also wrote down some of these reasons you might reach out to a social worker. I put it on a handout. The handouts are at the entrance by the elevator and up here. If you reach out to me, our consultation will be confidential. I don't share with other residents. I'm not sharing with the staff unless we need to bring them in as a support. I work closely with home and community-based services, therapy. I've got resources out in the community we might want to tap into, but when in doubt, feel free to reach out. If I'm not the right person to help you, I will certainly find someone who can. But our goal is to help you live life to the fullest, and social work is just going to be another page in that book to help you do that. So I'll stick around after if you have any questions, but if today's not the day to talk, again, please feel free to grab my card at the entrance or my handout or find me in Uniguest. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Claire. All right, construction. I don't know that this will ever come off the slide, but anyway, some of you have been asking about construction, and I thought I'd share a few things here. Excuse me, let me move that. Okay, so our AL, assisted living, and our memory support is moving along really nice. We're going to be finished with this by the end of the year. So end of 2024 will be completed. So I wanted to share with you some of the things that we are doing. So I thought I'd just show a few pictures. This is a library, a place where residents can go in assisted living. I'll just kind of quickly go through a few of these pictures. It's another piece of that room. It's a really nice space where residents can go and get some quiet time. This is going to be a coffee bar, so that's close to being finished. Just an area in the living space where we have a fireplace and we'll have some sitting around that for residents to go. This is an area that residents are going to see movies. A theater, we have a little theater sign above this, so this is a nice space for residents to watch movies and to have different events in there, so that's really coming along nicely. And then this is the entrance through the double doors at the top of the hill. There are some entrance things. We're going to have a little bar area on the left side, so you guys can see that. We'll do a little tour. We'll have that scheduled at some point for all of you to see this area. I'm sure we'll do an open house at some point, and I'll let you all know that. So it's moving along really good. Like I said, at the end of the year, we'll be complete. As you all know, Mason Pointe expansion, the independent living community, it was approved by the board last week. So we're really no further along right now in our meetings other than, just some prepping, getting together so that we can start our groundbreaking. We're probably looking at the end of November before we start. So just wanted to let you all know that. There's not much to report here yet, so I will keep you informed. I just added a couple more pictures. This was the food tasting that you all did this past month, so I thought that was a very nice event that Michelle and her team put on. Water, that's been a big topic since I've been here. I know Dale has been really on this and working with a lot of the residents that have had some issues with their water in their apartments, sediment and things like that. So Gerald Mechanical serviced the water softeners and our water heaters, and we found out some information there that it wasn't working properly. So I think Dale's got that fixed, and I believe we're seeing some good results. So we'll continue to monitor this issue here. So landscaping. Still doing the removing of the dead trees and the bushes and things like that. And then Dale wanted me to mention too that the mum planting will begin this week. So we're doing that now. Our annuals at the entrance look very nice, so I hate to pull them, but So all those other things we're continuing to do. The solar lights, we kind of talked about that earlier, so I think Dale's gonna add a few more. Power washing, we talked about a little bit. Dale had some updates. Window cleaning will begin October 9th, 10th, and 11th. 8 to 3 p.m. and we'll send the schedule out by this week. You'll start getting the schedule when your windows will be washed. Transportation, that was a big topic in the last meeting. I wanted to just write this up here at the top. Medical transportation will continue as normal. There are no changes to the Monday and Wednesday free trips. So I just wanted to let you know that. We're not changing that. Okay? Now, there are some things at the bottom here that I added, which is nothing new to you all. If we are going outside of a 10-mile radius, we need to start charging, mileage, gasoline, those kinds of things. We have all of this in the resident handbook as well. It should be there. But there are some exceptions that we need to be mindful of. You know, if we want to go to, you know, Wentzville, St. Charles, those places, just know that we would have to charge to go that far. If we go that far, we are servicing less residents as well, because we just don't have the time to make 45-minute trips one way. Okay, so we will continue to do this, but we also, and I know Beth has put together a nice list of other options for you all to use other than our transportation. Okay? Security. So I wanted to mention, last week we had an incident in the parking lot. We had an incident where a couple of vehicles pulled up at 6 in the morning, 5:30, 6 in the morning. They were here less than a minute and a half. We've got it all on video. That video has been sent to the Town and Country Police Department. We notified the police department right away. Really nothing we can do about this, guys. It was a very random thing. These two vehicles pulled in. They busted out a couple windows, a few windows in residents' vehicles. I don't believe anything was stolen that I'm aware of, but I believe it was a very random thing. Also, Mercy was hit as well, so it could have been the same people. So I just want to let you know that I believe this to be a very random thing. That's what the police officer thought as well. And we've done everything that we can right now, made the police report, sent that video off to them. So they're reviewing those videos. So it was very quick. It was in, out. So I think it was right along the highway like this. It was a very easy target. So I think we've done what we can right now to see about capturing these people if we can. I'm not sure. So, all right, other topics. If you guys have noticed on my presentation, once these get to other topics, they usually tend to fall off for next month. So that's my hope with that sauna right there. So the sauna has been installed. Beth's team is very gracious to they're going to put an orientation together for all of you who would like to use that. And they'll show you some different things. I think it's pretty self-explanatory, but they're going to go through all of that with you at some point. And then we'll move this off of our agenda. Liability things, we talked about that last month. That's something, if you're comfortable with walking into a sauna, you guys can go ahead and do it. You're independent living residents, so you can do that. If you don't feel comfortable or feel like it could be a risk for you, then I just wouldn't use it. Pendants was another thing. So on these pendants that we have, if those are pressed, it's going to notify us what resident it is and resident apartment number. It's also going to notify us of the general area that resident is in. So if you're out of your apartment and you're in a common space in the building, it's going to give us a general area where you're at, and that's when we would go to investigate the issue. I think the biggest issue is residents wearing them. I don't see any right now. Actually, I don't see any. So, it's wearing them, it's attaching them to bed frames. There's one, we got one. It's attaching them to bed frames and things like that. But I just wanted to make you aware of what happens if you do press that. Now, if you drive off the campus, it's just going to show unavailable to us. So I just want you all to know that that's what the system does. So in a sense, it is a little bit of a GPS. It's kind of showing where you're at in the community. So wear those pendants. I can see you all are using that service. So, but anyways, that's what the pendant does. So, all right, we talked about the St. Louis Symphony. I just went ahead and put that sentence on there. I believe Vi talked about that. So that's a very nice thing that LSS is taking on. All right, questions for me? Yes, ma'am.
In regards to the pendant,
Yes, the one pendant. Yeah, we got one over here.
do you need me to have a microphone?
Yeah, here. Sorry.
I did send this in as a suggestion. I have a loop recorder, so I cannot wear the pendant because of that situation. So my suggestion was, since a lot of people have smart watches, etc., is there a smartwatch which would also alert our system here and could then be worn? And I think more people would wear a watch type thing as opposed to the necklace. Just a thought.
All right, I'm holding you to that. I should see people with watches. I will check into a watch style pendant. There could be something that we do have through this system that we currently have. So I'll check into that. Yes, ma'am.
Regarding also the pendant, does it work outside on the campus, or is it only within the building?
So I don't know. Only within the building.
So if you're out walking.
Yeah, only within. Yes, ma'am.
I wear mine all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And some people don't realize that this, you can wear it in the shower, you can wear it in the pool. They are, they don't.
Okay. Sue was just saying that she wears hers all the time. She can wear it in the pool, shower, everywhere.
I had a friend fall in the shower, and she laid on the floor a long time.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's really important unless you want to lay there a couple hours.
That's a good way of putting it. Yeah. Yes, sir.
For approximately the last 3 years, Joanne's predecessor, Barb, had a supply of COVID test kits, and they were put to good use over that period of time. It was very easy. If you were sick, you could call, she'd come, it would be tested. My question is that going to continue now that we've had a personnel change?
Well, it hasn't stopped because of a personnel change. That's the main thing. The reason for the COVID test not being available is we don't have them. We get those for our health center, our assisted living community, and the skilled nursing area. If we have them available, we would offer them to IL residents. We just don't have them. I don't have that. So you all are more than welcome to go down to CVS, Walgreens. You can pick up tests and keep those in your apartment. So, yes, Ms. Quigley.
You can, or the government will give you 2 free right now. You can order them online through the Postal Service, and mine are being delivered today.
Awesome. Ms. Quigley said you can order free ones through the government today. They'll give you 2?
They'll give 2 to each household.
2 to each household, and hers are being delivered today. So that's a thank you. But yes, if we had them, I think this was announced a couple months ago that we are in short supply of them. We had a little outbreak last month, or actually this month, and so we just don't have them for all of the residents in IL. So it's not that we changed the process, it's just we don't have them. So. Yes,
COVID test.
COVID test. COVIDtest.gov. Thank you.
When will the drawings for the new facility be available for the tenants?
The drawings for the new facility, we're really not there yet, but they're coming. I've been in meetings discussing drawings and things for our current independent living residents to view and see all of those plans. Yes, sir.
Is there any mechanism for informing us of what the status of the COVID is in our areas?
For independent living, so here's the thing with the COVID, and it's no different with the flu as well. If you're not feeling well, it's best to stay in. It's best to not go out into the dining areas and the common spaces or do activities and things like that. It's the personal responsibility of stay home. If you feel like you want to wear the mask when you are out, that's probably a good thing as well. But I don't have a mechanism to say, hey, all of these residents have COVID in independent living. That's not what we need to do. We just need to take our CDC guidelines, which is if you're not feeling well, stay in your apartment for a couple days. When you no longer have those symptoms, I think you are more than welcome to come out and do anything you'd like to do. Are we going to stop you from seeing any resident in the care center? No, that's not the guidelines anyways. Visiting can be done. It's just, I would be mindful of not exposed, but prolonged exposure. So just know you can still visit, you can still do some things, but if we do have an outbreak, I think most of you are aware that we had one, or we were making some calls to those volunteers who do a lot of volunteering over there just to let them know. So we're putting some things in place so that you all are aware, but we just need to do those things that we kind of learned over the last 4 years with COVID, and that's stay home if we're not feeling well, and let's wait till the symptoms subside. Yes, John?
Shortly after we opened, there was a general fire drill, and all of us left the building. I understand LSS does not wish to sponsor another fire drill, and I believe that you're looking to the neighborhoods to do that. Is that correct? And what advice, if any, would you give to the neighborhoods in conducting a training to the residents of a fire drill?
So another resident brought that up. He was asking about fire drills. Part of my next presentation next month will be what to do in case of emergencies. I'll make that a point at this meeting. What to do in an earthquake, God forbid. What to do in tornadoes, those kinds of things. I'll have a presentation for you guys on that next month, and we'll talk about all those things. Right now, we will do more tabletop training with our staff and make sure that we let all the IL residents know what we're going to do, okay? Yeah.
Absentee ballot applications in the mailroom with some envelopes, and if there are none there, I think Michelle kept one or two back to copy more.
Thank you. Is there an election coming up in November? All right. Okay. Yes, Mary.
Thank you. Just want to thank Joanne for her efforts in the United Way, and thanks all of you who supported United Way this year. We got $1,027. And so, awesome. Congratulations, and thank you very much. And thank you, Joanne.
Thank you, Mary. All right, everyone. Our next meeting, October 28th. See you then.